Today, we're going to talk about gradients and how exciting gradients are and what you can do with them, from gradient backgrounds to fading and to doing transparencies and so forth, all to make your post, your graphics, your images stand out beyond everybody else's. So stay tuned. We're going to jump right into it. If you're not using Canva, even the free version, for doing your graphics, you're missing out. In fact, the free version is great. What I'm going to show you today, you can do all in the free version. Okay. So we're going to talk about all kinds of different gradients. This first part, we're going to talk about gradient backgrounds. Okay. So I'm going to create, just to do something square, I'm going to choose this template right here, Instagram post square. And it's going to come up right into the editor, and I'm going to have this white square block. Okay. Now, if I want to add, I'm going to go over here to the left to elements, and I'm just going to add a square. So I'm just going to click on this, and I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to size it to the whole background. Okay. Then I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to click on color. I'm going to click on add a color. And I'm going to click right here where it says gradient. Okay, so now you can see I've got the two gradients. I can change these colors. I can swap it around. I can do all kinds of different things. I could rotate this down here. I can grab the rotate and rotate it, basically 180 degrees. And now it's this way. That's one way of doing it. Okay, I'm going to Control Z, Command Z. Oops. Let's do this again. It went back too far. I'm going to create my gradient again, and there's my gradient. I can do it, spin it. That's one way of doing it. The other way is I can actually drag these gradient colors, and boom, you see what it did? Then I have 5 options on the type of gradient. These first 3 are linear. So if I click here, it goes like from corner to corner. If I click here, it goes from corner to corner the other way. Now these last 2 are what we call radial, or circular, some people I've heard call it. So here's where the circle, it starts from the center and goes out. And here's where it starts from a corner and goes out in a radial, in a circular. You can see if you look at this, it's kind of circular all the way down. Now, here's the key. When I go, let's go back to linear. Whatever's first, it's going to go from left to right on the linears. So if I go, it's going to go from the, let me say that again. Left to right on this one, corner to corner on this one, and right to left on this one. Okay, so left to right, right to left, center. Okay, so whatever's on the far left is going to be in the center, and here, whatever's on the far left is going to be in the upper corner. Okay, and again, you can rotate these and spin them all the way around. So let's look at the center one real quick. If I wanted the dark to be in the center, I could just drag it over here, and now you see the darks in the center. Again, over here, if I want the dark on the left side, that's fine. If I want it on the right side, that's fine. I can also choose to add another gradient color. So let's say I want to choose another one, and I can use my eyedropper here, and maybe I want that to be a black or maybe a red. Oops. Let's go back to my color. Okay. Choose the gradient down here. Go to my color. Click on gradient. Okay. So if I want this to be this color here, I can click on this color, use this, and I can pick a color I want. Okay. Or say I want a little bit darker. Okay. And again, I can pick and choose. Okay, so that's gradient, and that's gradient backgrounds. And then you just start putting all of your graphics on top of it, and it's going to make things. Let's say I just want to use this leaf here. Boom, I can put this on here, position it where I want it, and now it stands out. Okay, this isn't a lesson on how to use Canva, but if I wanted to duplicate this, I can just hold down on my Mac on my Option key, and I can duplicate it, and maybe put it down here on the side and so forth, and I've got this nice. And then again, let's say I don't want this gradient to be this brown. I can go in, click on here, click on the gradient that I created up here, and let's say I want this to be one of these greens, right? Okay, and then the outer color, I want it to be out of the lighter greens. Okay, and maybe this inner color, I want it to be a little bit darker. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, that is gradient backgrounds. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new page. Okay, so I'm going to go down here to the bottom. I am going to create a new page, or up the top, I'm sorry. I'm going to click my little button here. And now we're going to talk about shapes. So I'm going to go over here to the left under elements, and I see shapes here. I'm going to click on see all. And I'm just going to start looking for shapes. Okay, so let's just choose this heart. So here we have a heart. Again, I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can kind of see better. I'm going to go up here to color, and I'm going to click on the plus again, just like we did before, but I'm going to say gradient. Okay, and now I can choose to, let's say, make part of that gradient red, and then make the inside maybe a deeper red, or the outside, or whichever. Okay, so there are my two colors, and let's say I want to put the darker of the two in the center. Maybe I want to make that even darker. Okay, and again, I can add more. I can make this left to right and so forth. I think on the heart it looks really cool. I may want to switch these and make the lighter one in the center, make it even lighter, make it a really, really red. And there I have a gradient. Now here's the cool part. Let's say, ooh, you know what? I don't want it to be a heart. I really wanted it to be a different shape. No worries. Go up here to shape, and let's choose something else. We've already got the gradient that we want in there, so let's choose this diamond kind of thing, or let's choose this one here, or this wheel thing, or whatever. Let's choose maybe a call out, or a cloud, or whatever, right? You can change the shape to whatever you want, and you've already established the gradient. And again, we can make this as big as we want. We got the guidelines to center it, and we can go in here and again change that gradient up, click on the gradient itself, and then maybe change this to an even darker color because it's a cloud now. So however you want to do it. Okay, that's how you do gradients within the shapes. Okay, now we're going to do some fun things. So I'm going to make a new page. Okay, and now we're going to take a gradient and use it with some transparency to focus in on something that we want to people to focus their attention on a photo. Okay, so I'm going to go to uploads here, and I'm going to take this I generated this in an AI graphics image generating program, and it's kind of goes. I'm using it for a thumbnail for a training that I'm doing. And I'm just going to put this out here in the center. And what I want to do is I want to create a focus so that she's very focused kind of and maybe blurry all around. Okay. So I'm going to go back to elements. I'm going to grab this shape again. Okay. Put it right on top here. And I'm going to click on it and I'm going to say I want to add a new color. I'm going to make it a gradient. Okay. So there's my gradient. And I'm going to size this to fill the whole picture. Okay, so here I've got this gradient, And maybe I want, instead of the brown in the center, I want dark brown to be on the outside. I'm going to click the plus here, and I'm going to create another color for the gradient. But now I'm going to use this little slider down here, and this will make things more transparent. Okay, so I'm going to maybe move this down to 30% transparent. And then I'm going to take it. Remember, whatever's on the left is on a radial is going to start from the center, right? That's going to be at the center. So I'm going to move it all the way to the left here, and look at how she shows up. Okay, but still, I could go in here and make this less, make it down, but I'm going to leave it at 30. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another one, and I'm going to drop the opacity on this one all the way down to 0. And then I'm going to drag that all the way over to the left. Okay, and look at what that does. I think I'll move this back to where it was. How cool is that? And that will allow you now to have this focus directly on that particular center or wherever it is. Now let's say that I'm gonna do a different picture here. So we're gonna create another one here. And I'm just gonna go up to elements, and I'm just gonna look. I don't know. Let's just look for person beach. Okay. We're gonna look for photos, and let's just use this one because she's kind of off-centered. So I'm gonna push her over here. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna add an element. I'm gonna add a shape. Oops. And I'm gonna grab this shape, go the whole side. Okay. Now I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to create a new color. I'm going to create a gradient. Okay, so there I've got my gradient, but I want this to be linear. Okay. And I want the light to be on this side. Okay. And I'm going to, again, create this. See how that's maybe down to, again, 30%. Grab it over here, and boom, there it is. Okay. Now, I may want to make this one, say, a little bit darker, but also a little bit more transparent. Okay. Maybe I want this side of her to be very, very clear. So I'm going to go create another color, put it down to 0, but drag it all the way over here to the left. And now you can see how she's kind of crystal clear and everything is fading to the side. Now, I may not want that brown color, right? Maybe I want this to be blue, or maybe something that matches the photo color, right? Oops. Sorry about that. And same with this. I want this to be more, and you notice here's all the colors in the photo. Maybe I want to make that a greenish color. Bump it up a little bit, bump it down a little bit. Okay. So you can see that effect that you get, drag this all the way to the edge, with just using gradients and transparencies. Makes it really, really cool. So I hope this has helped. It's gives you hopefully a couple of ideas that you can start using with your Canva to make your design stand out. And just to kind of add something to this one here, this would be a great one here. Now I could add some text, and because we've got this darker area over here, the text is gonna, you could say something like my office beach. Okay. Oops. And because you've got some darker background there, you can make that look really, really good. Maybe you're going to want to use one of my favorites. I like it because just the way that it makes it just look kind of scrolly. I don't know if that's a word or what, but so there you have it, right? My office on the beach. Or you could say, I don't know, day at the office, right? All kinds of options. But if you were to take off this, okay, so we're just moved to the side. See how much different it looks? Maybe the text is not as easy to read, but if you keep it on there, now you've got this. And again, I can go in here and go to my gradient again, and on this color here, maybe I do want to make this a little bit darker so the text will stand out. So, however you want to do it. This is your design. Again, I can go in, and I'm just playing now, but I can go in here, and instead of having this be that green, I can go out here and just say I want it to be this color. Okay? Make it all bluish, like the sky and so forth. Anything that you want to do. Again, what I didn't show you too, again, maybe you want it down here. Maybe you want it off in the corner. That's a really cool look. Probably not in the center, but here you've got maybe down in the center like this. And then I can take my text and really have it stand out by being down here at the bottom. All of this is up to you, however you want to do it. So I hope this has helped in giving you some ideas on Canva and how to use everything as far as gradients are concerned and how to use them.